Sharper Point Commentary, presented by Schwartz Laser Eye Center.
As KTAR rolls out our series, Youth on Edge, some people may point to the consumption of inappropriate media as one of the reasons our kids are suffering psychologically. So it may seem weird to you that I let my kids watch something this weekend that I normally would never let them watch. Real Time with Bill Maher. My wife and I had our 11 and even our 8-year-old watch an interview that Maher did with social psychologist Jonathan Haidt, author of the new book, The Anxious Generation, How the Great Rewiring of Childhood is Causing an Epidemic of Mental Illness. At 2023's National Summit on Education, Haidt talked about something psychologists started noticing a few years ago about our youngest adults. You'll see here, between 2010 and 2018, depression among Gen Zers increased by 106%, and anxiety increased by 134%. And between 2010 and 2021, there's been an almost 150% increase in the percentage of U.S. teens who experienced a major depression, with almost 30% of girls feeling that way now. What's behind it all? Haidt believes it's smartphones and social media. We went from a society where kids played outside and roamed neighborhoods to a world in the 80s and 90s where 24-hour cable news stories of child abductions convinced parents that the real world is too scary to let kids out into. And the era of the play date and helicopter parenting was born. Then came the internet and cell phones, which wasn't all bad when the internet and cell phones were separate, when we all used flip phones, not just grandpa. Because Haidt says we went from a world where teens talked on their phone to set up a time to hang out in person to a society where the real world's been replaced by a virtual world and the world of social media, which is a world full of lies about how everybody else is better looking and is living in a better life, resulting in a truly scary post-2010 reality with anxiety, depression, and suicide rates rising. Jonathan Haidt suggests a few things. Number one, giving our children far more time playing with other kids with little to no adult supervision. Two, looking for more ways to embed children in stable, real-world communities. My girls are involved in theater, gymnastics, and team sports. You may choose something like scouting. Whatever it is, it will be way better than anything online. Three, not giving our kids a smartphone until high school. And four, delay opening accounts of most social media platforms until at least the beginning of high school. Hey, that's easier to do if other parents get on board, and easier still if our legislature gets on board by creating an age of internet adulthood. Personally, I'd pick 16 as the verified age when kids can get a social media account. That may still be too early, though, considering how far past 16 I am and how bad social media can be for me sometimes.
Thanks for watching Sharper Point. Click to see more from Arizona's Morning News and tap the button in the middle to subscribe.